Now we're alive.
Okay.
There we go. Now we're official. We can kind of just. Who was it? Peter was making fun of me. Like, you do the worst cold opens. Like, you just start the stream and start talking. But I feel like I'm really comfortable. And then if I recognize too much that I'm live, then I get less comfortable. So I'm trying. I don't know. That's my goal anyway.
That makes a lot of sense because my intro music is like 2 minutes 29 or something. Like, so the tension's really building up, and I'm standing there waiting for it to end, and it like this for like a good 4 seconds before the end. So I can be like, "And greetings!" Like it's.
Yeah, it's like more. The build up makes it more awkward, I guess.
I did see the video you did with Bandito, Comedy Mark. That was pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's funny, and all the best parts of that I wrote.
Oh yeah, that's kind of hilarious. I'll just take instant credit for that. Very good.
Might as well. Let's see. We got Eddie Winkler's here. I think we're just getting people in. Hello and Happy New Year,
Eddie Winkler. Eddie Winkler also has a wrenchy, I think, from, or maybe I'm wrong. I thought he got a wrenchy from Bancroft.
He might. He's got the Wolf book. I cannot think. Sovereign Wolf. That's the name of it. Looks really, really good.
I was excited. I was excited to get a wrenchy. I was upset though I couldn't be there to give my speech, my thank you speech. But I'll give it right now. I'd like to thank Camel Moon and the other people who were also nominated. Camel Moon couldn't be here without Camel Moon, and of course Camel Moon.
Yeah. Naturally.
Camel Moon, bless us all.
Michael Bancroft says, "Are Clint and Camel related?" I'm telling you, it's the uniform. You wear a hat, maybe headphones. If you got, I don't know.
I think we're all related then. If that's that's all it takes.
Yeah. Shadowhawks here. Hello, Nicholas. I think just launched the coming soon page on Indiegogo. Go check out Relentless Tin Soldier. Cool. Jasper's here. Hello. Michael Bancroft, who we got. K Manifesto says, "What's up?" Cool. Wrenchy award-winning Eddie Winkler. You might as well exploit that.
I'm gonna have to put that on my Twitter handle, I think. Wrenchy winner Camel Moon.
That's funny. So was Wrenchy an award? Did I miss this? What is the name of it?
Yeah, they were on Bancroft. He gave out the Wrenchies, which are kind of like the Emmys for Comicsgate.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's great branding. That is the Wrenchies. That's a good name for it. I'm a little bit jealous, though. I didn't like that.
I need to go back and watch them. Michael Bancroft posted the strangest thing. I think it was Michael Bancroft. Did you post bread on Twitter with sprinkles on it? As like white bread, cut diagonally with sprinkles.
I saw that as well.
I don't understand it, but I feel like
That's
need an explanation.
Fairy bread. It's what they have over there instead of actual food.
That's what they eat, huh?
Yeah, instead of like pizza parties, they have fairy bread parties.
Fairy bread?
That's a thing. You could ask.
I was wondering what holds the sprinkles on. Is it like Vegemite with sprinkles?
Sad tears.
Pixie dust? I don't know. I've never heard of such a thing.
I think it's butter. You might have to ask them. I think it's butter.
Butter. Okay. That's weird. I couldn't. I don't even think I could taste that. It just
like in my brain, I can't imagine it.
Right. You have to get the bread moist first. Oh,
just lick it. Put some sprinkles.
It's just butter white bread with sprinkles. But my question is why? That's what I don't get.
They have a real import problem over in Australia.
This is an Australian thing. Okay, all right. I've never heard of such a thing. It's a Dutch snack. Yeah. Okay. Everyone now in the chat is like, no, you're the weird one. Okay, we'll go with that. All right. Well, we have I think this will be a fun show planned for tonight. Obviously, we have Wrenchy winner Camel Moon here. We also have Commie Mark, and I named this title "A Communist, a Cartoonist, and a Peppermint Walk into a Bar." I feel like that's fitting.
Yeah, that's interesting. And they're like, why does everything taste so bittersweet?
Yeah, it's like what's going on here? All right, so we got some campaigns to look at. I'm eager to look at several of these. I don't know what happened, but something happened. And if I go to Explore Comics, we're like back up on the first page again. We're just off, we're just below the fold, but I don't know why. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe there aren't very many campaigns.
I'll tell you what. So the reason that you've been knocked down like a rung on the listings is if you go back up, scroll up a little.
Let's see here.
See, look, there's my book that knocked you down. That's
okay.
literally what it is.
All right, look, we've got to look into this more closely.
I just want to say to you as well, like, your Fatal is the 13th best-selling book of 2020. Like, that's great. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, well done.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I feel like there's another shoe that's about to drop here.
No, like, Clint is like the top example of a normal non-pro person who like made it here and it like in 13th. Incredible, inspirational.
It's wild. I looked at that list. Somebody posted on Twitter yesterday, I think, and it's just weird because I see, like, I look at the names around. I'm 13th, just above the Shanu. You know what I mean? It's so weird, like, to think about. I don't know.
I got knocked out of the top 25 in the last day before New Year's. Like Narwhal. I was like, you gotta be kidding, by like $200.
Because the 499 was that the book?
You gotta be kidding me, man. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
It was gonna be there forever. But so this, I don't know, it's a new year. A lot of people aren't launching new campaigns here, so that's why I was thinking maybe that's why I've been moving up this is moving up in the trending list. But the numbers for this year, 2021, are going to be a little different, aren't they, Call Me Mark?
Yeah, so I'm already the best-selling book of 2021. Like,
already?
About 2 weeks ago, I realized that nobody was going to do this. No one was going to launch on the 1st. And I knew that even if they did, because of being in the UK, I'd have a 5-hour time advantage in it, like to sell one. Like, just one would have done it. Like, but still no one's launched since, so I'm still cruising as the number one selling book of the year.
I think Vinny is launching in a couple days.
I think X-Farce is launching tomorrow. Like,
that's right.
So
Don
could be under challenge from another comedy book as well. Like, and it's going to be on my channel on Monday, in fact. So nice. Grilling then as well.
Yeah, I know I'm going to have him on too. We talked a little bit. We haven't worked out a date, but specific day, but it'll be next week. So that'll be fun. But yeah, what has taken many people a full year to achieve, you've done in less than a day. So. Awesome. I want to look at this campaign. Okay, I got to say, Call Me Mark, at first when I saw just you in the scene, like I saw you around, I saw your uniform. I would call it a costume, but it's more serious than that. This is a uniform.
Uniform,
yeah. I was like, what is this all about? And I looked at your campaign for the Kim Jong-un book or whatever. I had to back it. It just made me laugh so hard. I love it. Part of the fun is the presentation. I'd say not just part of it, a big part of it is the presentation. So yeah, we got to look at this campaign for sure. And just to lay the stage too, we're also going to be looking at Hell Salad today, which the
26th best-selling book of the year.
The 20, yeah, just fucking kicked out the last second.
So close. Yeah, 47,000 though. This is really impressive. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's getting there. We actually got 200, 300, whatever it was. We breached the 47 only yesterday.
Nice.
So I mean, once we hit 50, that's pretty much going to be it. I think I'm actually going to take it offline because I have to start fulfilling. And the reason that I'm really trying to push to 50 is because that's when we get the extra 8 pages of interior art. And I can put the book out without it, but like it's in everybody's interest if I have those extra 8 pages because it's really going to flush the story out.
Oh yeah, it's just for the better. Yeah,
it totally
50K
is.
is a good place to be too. Like I was thinking, yeah, like you can't always have a campaign that's going to be like $90,000. I get worried about this because you ever do a campaign that doesn't meet or exceed the last campaign, people are like, "What a failure," you know.
Ooh,
But I to me, like 50K is enough to do a good book, do it right, have some profit. Like it's a good number, depending on what you're doing. Obviously, the project, but yeah. So very cool. All right, so let's look at Not Daredevil. Do you want to take us through this, Commie Mark, or do you want me to just experience it?
There's so much. Yeah, so the campaigns are written to be experienced, and it like I think that's a fair way to say it.
Okay. So we got to start with the trailer, I think.
All right.
We'll go there. Full disclosure, I specifically did not look at this campaign. I knew that it was launching. It's been a bit of a busy day. And then Commie Mark said, "Have you looked at it yet?" And I said, "No." And I kind of felt bad, but he said, "Good." So I was like, okay, so I haven't looked at anything yet. I better I got to share the audio so I can be a professional. And I'm sorry if you guys can hear my son whining in the background. He wants to stay up late. All right. Here we go. Here's the trailer.
Not Daredevil's got everything you want from a comic book. It's got great drawings, colors, great story. It's got action, a little romance, and it's about something.
Whoa.
What?
I don't know if people get like every single thing on this campaign is a joke in it, like that's mocking something that happened like in 2020.
Yeah.
So do you know what that's like referencing in that?
So I would say to me this is a reference to Berserk, right? The campaign video that Keanu Reeves did. That's pretty great. I forgot about that.
It's word for word. That's how bland and generic like his pitch was. All I had to do was change the name of the book, and it still made like perfect and complete sense.
Is that literally the same?
Yeah,
that's word for
word. Like his mannerisms and everything, like in the thing.
It's so funny because I remember when I saw that trailer, the first thing I thought was Keanu Reeves has never read a comic book in his life.
I know it just seemed like he was like, "Hey, I want it, Keanu Reeves. Can we attach your name to a comic book?" And he's like, "That sounds cool. Yeah, so let's record a video before any of the creative, like nothing has been
nothing done." And maybe he has. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but it totally came off like he did it on his way to a shoot. They're like, "Oh shit, I gotta make this video real fast."
Right, and it didn't matter. Everyone bought it anyway. It just knocked it out of the park. So I can see that you're already getting similar results though to Keanu Reeves. So he clearly.
It'll be on $1.5 million in no time. Jasper in the chat said, "You forgot to say comics are awesome." He does say that. That's why he opens the video with, just says, "Comics are awesome."
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, so we'll look here. I think I'll start in the midsection here. I'm going to digest this here. So this is not Daredevil, not to be confused with Daredevil. This is not Daredevil, the greatest name in comics, Golden Age classic, recontextualized for a modern audience. All right.
That tagline, "the greatest name in comics," is off the originals, and it like it's a great tagline already, and I like the fact that it references the name Daredevil that I'm not allowed to use, and it's saying not Daredevil's the greatest name because it beats like this trademark rule or whatever.
Yeah.
So I love it.
That's funny. Now, but this is, I know Dynamite is using this Daredevil.
Yeah.
Technically you can use it, right? Or am I wrong?
Yeah. So the character is in the public domain and the artwork is in the public domain, but the name Daredevil is trademarked by Marvel in it. So you can't use the name. It's basically like the Captain Marvel situation in it. So the character is public domain, anyone can use. The name, however, is not like only Marvel can use that.
Right. So this is basically your Shazam. That's the answer to the Captain Marvel situation. For those, Shazam's name was Captain Marvel. At some point, DC sued because he looked. The whole thing is so strange because the lawsuit had nothing to do with Captain Marvel, the name, but now it's like Marvel has the Captain Marvel. So I don't know. It's confusing, but makes sense. Not Daredevil. All right, so Kami Mark leads glorious comic book revolution, rewriting the history of the Golden Age. Like so many comic pros nowadays, I think you're, rewriting history. That's, it's the right thing to do. Be on the right side of history.
I'm always trying to learn off people who have been successful in it, and some of those people are those people in the mainstream, I suppose, in the comic industrial complex, doing a similar thing, rebooting classic characters that people love.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, seize the means of comic production. It's a quote from you. In 1956. Do you want me to read through this thing? Is that
yeah, please.
Okay, all right.
If you don't mind.
Okay, yeah, no worries. I didn't know like how deep we want to go. I'm seeing this side art here, and I want to.
You want to skip ahead on it.
I want to veer, but we'll care. Okay, so in 1956, the one-time largest comic book company in the United States closed its doors for the last time. An anti-communist cancel culture conspiracy involving Senator McCarthy, a crackpot German scientist, the FBI, a coalition of hysterical housewives and righteous religious types saw the establishment of the Comics Code Authority that brought down the curtain on the company that once boasted over 6 million readers. When the company shut down, the characters it published fell into the public domain as some of the best-selling titles of the age were lost. Daredevil, Silver Streak, which I have written a Silver Streak story. Captain Battle, let's see, Crime Does Not Pay, and many more. With your help, we can roll our Soviet-era tanks down mainstream, kick down the old doors of the abandoned Lev Gleason publications, dust off old printing presses, and redistribute these classic Golden Age comic book characters from the public domain to a more modern audience. Together, we can seize the means of comic production and take on the comic industrial complex. After successfully fulfilling the hilarious Kim Il-sung the Best Korea, the controversial Western comic book writer and satirist Kami Mark returned to the long-anticipated and soon-to-be hit series, not Daredevil. So this is not his first rodeo either. This cover, I mean, I kind of we have to stop for a moment and appreciate this.
It's really beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got a boomerang. He's got his boomerang. He looks pretty happy, and he is just knocking the heads off KKK members that are wearing swastikas on their shoulders. This is, and I like the touch here.
I don't think you get eviler than that. That's like double down,
I've got an idea for something I want to do in the future where, so there's Nazis, like future Nazis, but they look like, the planet Krypton in the 70s Superman movies. So like, luminous white Nazis called the Illuminazis, like I can build a whole like empire on the Illuminazis.
Yeah,
I don't know how that hasn't no one's thought of that yet. It's like so good and obvious that I'm almost annoyed I haven't thought of it first.
The Illuminazis. Oh, that's hilarious. They could have like the all-seeing eye with the swastika. You got to put it all together. I mean, he's being shanked here. They're stabbing him, and he's just happy to be, mowing him down.
He loves pain. That cover, like, I only got it about 6 minutes before launching the campaign, and the guy was painting it like on the day, like right up to the last minute, and he's sending it me like it'd be like, okay, I've put all the greens on, like, does it look all right? It's like, yeah. And it was just so scary, like they was gonna ruin the cover, but it come out fucking beautiful.
It was put together exactly like a Soviet truck or something, so just slap it last minute, last touches, and it's off on the road. Beautiful. I love that you've got the Comics Code of Authority crossed out there. That's awesome. Beautiful. All right, let's scroll down here. I already see backers are coming in too. I see. I haven't even seen this yet. The CG Oracle says just back the lesbian cover. So I'm excited to see what we have there. All right, so this is the main cover. This is James Milne, Doomsday Kingdom. Okay.
Yeah, he's like a UK Comicsgate person with this book, Doomsday Kingdom. It's a zombie book, like real good. I recommend it, etc. He's done a lot of stuff on this campaign. You'll see a lot of his work. It's real great.
I love this. So you have it comes with a warning, as it should. This looks like your Twitter profile, though.
That's by design, and it like I want the book to feel like when you're reading it that it's a blend of the golden age and the modern meme age, and it like because the whole book's essentially like one big meme.
Yeah, I love it. Over 18s only, contains mature content. I love that it's all in broken English too. So you can open this into a new tab to read it fully. Should we read through this? Is that
you don't have to? It just says like if you're a snowflake, be careful. Like there's some real raunchy stuff in here or whatever. Like,
it's a trigger warning.
It's heavy. Okay, so this is a page. So you're telling me that this is actually pages from Daredevil that you have taken and written your own story to? Is that what's happening here?
Yeah, that's exactly it. So we've taken this public domain artwork and just basically relettered it to tell a new story inside the framework of the original story, sort of like the movie Airplane or that Woody Allen film with the What's Up Tiger Lily, that's called.
It reminds me of like Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, but
yeah.
Now I'm thinking about this could be a whole thing.
Well, that's my plan. That's why it's called Not Daredevil Universe. I want to like dip into all the characters that exist in this shared universe, like, and give them their own stories in it, because it's all there. It all already exists. Like, I just need to write them.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that Eric did not letter this. Is that true?
That is correct. He did not.
I don't know how I knew it. It could have been the Comic Sans. I don't know. But again, like that's part of the presentation. It has to be this way. Not Daredevil versus the Ku Klux Klan is the funny thing is that this existed too.
I know, right? Like, so when I was looking for the source material to make a book like this, before I'd settled on Daredevil, I got to this character and I was just like, wow. Like the stuff that they were doing before the Comics Code Authority was insane. Like, and this is a mild one to start off the universe, and it's literally going to end with Not Daredevil versus Hitler, like, which is a book that already exists in it, the Daredevil versus Hitler book. So
that's so funny. Awesome. So Not Daredevil versus the Ku Klux Klan is a 30+ page satirical parody of the cultural and context of the golden ages of comics. And we've got a few pages here, and you can kind of see what you're in for. Are you going to print this on newsprint? I guess that's my other question. Or is it?
I would like to do that, but here it works out. Just it's more cost effective to do it like on regular paper.
Okay. Well, it'll still have that look anyway.
So in the borders, some of them are still yellow from the scans. Like the borders aren't going to be perfectly clear and white. Like they're faded. Like they're 70 years old. Some of them, like.
That's so funny. I love that. Extensive research has shown that the easiest way for left-wing comic book writers to break into the industry is by doing yet another reboot of a beloved pre-existing.
That's so fucking hilarious.
Over pre-existing character and fill the book with heavy-handed communist propaganda and diverse critical race issues. not Daredevil, versus the Klan not only mocks the outdated cultural beliefs of the original 1930s Golden Age. That's funny too, because there's this what is it, like Zach always says, it's people that hate Nazis, but they want to be congratulated for it. That is the funniest thing. Like, there's how true this is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of sad, but it is fun. I'm really glad that you're making a mockery of all of this. This is great. Let's see, Golden Age creators, but also tired tropes of lazy writing in modern comics, awful attempts at rebooting classic franchises, with in between articles, fake satirical advertisements, and letters to the editor. I'd love to see some of those ads. That's pretty funny. Not Daredevil versus the KKK captures the style and spirit of Golden Age comics. Immerse yourself in the Golden Age experience with a traditional pair of Commie Mark RGB X-ray specs. Look at those.
KGB X-ray specs in it. Like, see, they're right here. Like,
KGB. I said RGB.
Yeah, so I actually got them, and you can buy those on the campaign as well.
Do they work?
You'll have to buy them to find out, won't you?
Well, that sounds. I mean, what if I buy them and they don't work? I'd be kind of upset.
So that you can spot communists, or is that what this is for? Or spot racists?
Wait, you have a Sean Gordon Murphy tier?
We'll get to all of that stuff. Don't worry about it.
Sorry, my bad. I'm jumping ahead.
Oh my gosh. All right. Okay, here we go. Help fund the revolution and redistribute the wealth. That's what we're really here for, guys. To celebrate the successful funding of Not Daredevil and the beginning of the revolution, I will be redistributing the wealth back to the proletariat. I'm going to say this word wrong. Proletat. There we go. Of
you nailed it the first time when you wasn't sure, and then
yeah, there we go. I get nervous, especially when I read it aloud. Every physical backer will receive a random 100% genuine communist coin with their physical purchase. Look at that.
Yeah, I got some here.
They're just coins in it from the Soviet Union. You can't even use them. The country don't exist anymore in it.
Awesome.
It's just on the best Korea one. You remember I gave away like loads of Korean banknotes in it. Like just trying to stay on point. I'm always gonna give away some money like back to the backers now, I think.
Yeah, or the currency that doesn't matter anymore, but it will matter again. Mark my words. Keep away from mayonnaise. All right.
That's a
good
comic book joke. That is like never mind.
Okay. All right. So here's a quote. This is Adam Post. I think everyone knows Adam Post. Nobody on the planet could do what Commie Mark can do. What comes out of his effing mind, unbelievably meta. He wants everything to be so ironically different. He might do the biggest book in Comicsgate one of these days. You could tell me that Trump said this, and I would believe it.
The reason that I've put that in there is that this is the biggest book in Comicsgate at the moment, and it's the highest grossing one. He was right. Like, he called it a year ago.
Yeah. It's 2021. It is the highest. I mean, you can't dispute that. That's true. But Commie Mark, haven't people tried to bring back Daredevil before? That's true. I'm curious to answer this question. The OG Daredevil was created in 1939 by Jake Cole, creator of Plastic Man, and his adventures were read by over 6 million readers. So it is no surprise that since falling into the public domain, multiple attempts have been made to bring the character back to life. Nobody has brought the character back like this. Or did you mean bought the character back?
Brought. Yeah, no, you're right.
Okay.
To bring.
In Savage Dragon number 141, artist Eric Larson brought a whole cast of Golden Age heroes from the public domain, including but not limited to Lev Gleason's Ones, into the Image Comics universe. It wasn't, however, until Savage Dragons number 161 that the Daredevil character featured as a supporting character in his own issue. The book was unspectacular and was reflected in its sales figures.
Yeah, so I got the actual sales figures off Comic-Con for you, like so you can see. right there. I can't see them on my screen. It's too small. I'm too far away.
So he sold 5,544 copies. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, I explain it. It's all for just carry on reading.
Okay, keep going.
I feel
Okay,
like
of course.
that's terrible.
It's not great, is it? Like someone in Comicsgate could potentially beat. Like,
Well, that's what I mean. It's like I mean, a CG book could reach that. CG books have beaten that, you know, and we're at the, I don't want to say the bottom of the barrel, but like, you know, we're up against the world trying to get our things.
We don't have distribution because I think
That's what I'm trying to say.
How many shops were there at the time? And if any shop was just making sure they had one copy.
Yeah, that's the point as well. That that's the figures sold to comic book shops, and it like a lot of them could have been sold in the bargain bin like 3 years later, in it for 50 cents or whatever.
That's hilarious. Let's see. According to sources, Comic-Con, the book sold over 5,544 copies to comic book stores with a cover price of $3.50. If we assume the incredibly likely that comic book stores sold out of every single copy, that would mean Eric Larson's Savage Dragon number 161 raised a whopping 19,404 in sales. That when you put it that way, I think why is he making it still? Because printing, like there's no way he made money on that.
Right.
Not much. Not worth him drawing the whole thing.
Well, it does look like he spends a day drawing the whole book, so it could be quite.
For him, it was like, hey, one day, almost 20K. Let's see. In honor of his attempts, we here at Mark HQ present to you the Eric Larson Savage Dragon homage, not Daredevil versus the Ku Klux Klan alt cover, featuring line work from Jason Krager. Let's see, breathtaking colors by Ink Spots. Okay, so this is not Eric Larson's. Just to be clear, but this is paying homage. So it resembles that issue of Savage Dragon, right?
Correct. Yeah, like which also features Daredevil on the cover, like this. And you see that guy there, the Scarlet Skull. He's a character in the story as well. Like who incidentally predates Marvel's The Red Skull in it by 2 months. Because everything in these Daredevil books got copied in it. Like this is like when it was just this company and DC before, in it. Like that was before Marvel and Timely was even a thing. Like this was like the big rival or whatever.
Nice. Cool. So and then I love that there's the KKK guy here. Now I want to look up the original cover or the Eric Larson Savage Dragon cover. That's pretty funny. Love it. Good looking cover though. I like it.
Yeah, nice. He did a really good job on it. And Inkspot's colors look beautiful on there.
Oh yeah. So we got Gail Simone here. Now I know she's writing Daredevil. I'm sure we're about to get into this, or was writing recently the Daredevil, the Dynamite's version.
Yeah, the death-defying devil. They call him Dynamite.
Oh, that's All right, so the most successful attempts at rebooting the OG Daredevil character came from Dynamite Comics as part of their Project Superpowers series, which, like Image Comics before them, used to convolute plot lines to add a whole bunch of Golden Age heroes into their shared universe. Under the guidance of Alex Ross, the series was a runaway success with Death-Defying Devil #1, raising over 55,000 in sales. That's it. I mean, it's amazing. Like again, with distribution and everything.
Yeah, you'd think there'd all be 6-figure books in it, especially these #1s with the 17 variant covers or whatever.
I think a lot of it too might depend on who's doing it. Like if tomorrow, like Alex Ross, and he's doing, 2 prestige 48-page books on the original Daredevil, and he was painting all of it, it might be amazing. Like people might be all over it, but no one gives a shit about Gail Simone or Eric Larson doing fucking new Daredevil or old Daredevil. Yeah,
and the Death-Defying Devil. The hard thing is when I read that, I read Daredevil in my mind. They must know that you do that.
Yeah, I think that's by design.
I'm sure. Oh gosh. Okay. So this sold just over 9,000 units. Wow, it's amazing. So the Comic-Con figure sales suggest that Gail Simone's debut issue of Death Defying Devil sold over 9,000 units to comic book shops. This figure, of course, includes non-refundable variant covers, of which there were 4. They had 4 covers. Are you doing 4 covers, Commie Mark?
No, I'm doing 3 covers.
Oh, you're gonna one up them. I see. I love it.
Is Dax Martian doing a cover?
It's doing a print. It's got
that print. I saw it. It's incredible. I don't want to tell you what to do, but if that was a cover, that might be a good idea.
Nice. I'm excited to see it. Let's see. As a publisher, Dynamite, like the rest of the comic book industry complex, have a reputation for padding sales with new issue number 1s and countless variant covers. The most famous example being a certain 1960s female vampire. Oh, right. I see where we're headed here. To pay homage to the long lost potential lovers over at Dynamite Comics, and with many chances of ever working with them now, in flaming heaps, I present to you the not Daredevil versus KKK sexy vampire variant. Oh my. I don't know what else to say. Look at that.
So sexy.
Was this the lesbian cover?
Yeah, the lesbian vampire cover. Because the point behind this one is 6 months ago, I thought we'd made it. I thought we'd infiltrated like a real company, like, and we was gonna start we'd have distribution finally on it. Like, I thought this is it. We've made it. And then all that shit went down. Like, and now we're back to where we started. And I know I guarantee I was not the only person who was thinking maybe I can get a Vampirella variant cover, like, but that's never going to happen now. So,
I was actually, full disclosure, I thought it was a positive thing because, like, initially, like, hey, they're mainstream company, or it's still a small indie company, but everyone knows who Dynamite is if you're into comics. I think it's a good thing that they're just not caring and working with whomever they want. And, we're reinventing. It's like everybody's starting their own publishing company and reinventing everything from the ground up. It just seems like it was a good thing. But once how quickly they bent the knee, it was like, really? They were... I talked to them a little bit about writing something for them, actually. And then all that stuff went down, and I was like, no, okay, we're done. So it was a little disappointing, just that, I don't know, I had high hopes, like, hey, this could be a good thing ultimately, but
I kind of felt the same way. I was like, as soon as, I don't know, I was just like, oh, good, there's going to be an outlet outside of CG in case we can do like more of a mainstream thing, like, or just for a broader audience. And then when it all collapsed, I was like, well, I guess that's not an option anymore.
Right.
And one of the things with Comicsgate is like that we all feel like we're part of each other's success in it. Like, so even if it never happened for me, like, I'd still be like, yes, fucking yes, Clint got like a thing at that, and I'd feel like it was my success in it, like living through you. But whatever, it's not going to happen now. So here you go. Here's a fuck you cover.
It's definitely not happening now, especially now that I mentioned it on live on stream. So
well, we have Alterna.
What's that?
We have Alterna, and you're
Alterna.
Part of that. Alterna's honestly, I think is going to be maybe even bigger than it is real soon because of that. So I think that's kind of a great thing.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it was like I like the idea of working with publisher, like what existing things are out there. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, it just makes sense. But Alterna is the only publisher that doesn't care. I have not found another publisher. They're the only publisher.
Image gives a shit. I guess they would, right?
I would assume so. Yeah.
And I know Boom is like very peckish, I guess, when it comes to like who they publish.
Yeah, I think that there are probably a few other smaller publishers out there that I mean, I know there are a few others that are they're interested, but I
Yeah,
don't think they've committed yet. Like that they really we just don't care. We'll just ignore people on Twitter. That's all it would
it
take too.
yeah, that's really all it would take. And you know what? It takes some balls to you just really have to take a stand and be like, I don't care. You know,
Yeah.
say what you want, but yeah, when I think what the problem was, especially with Dynamite, is they had so many wokies that were working for them that they had to bend the knee to the other people that they were publishing
I know.
because they knew that, well, if they don't like it, then they're not going to sell the books that we're publishing for them.
Oh, but I thought that so Gale again, like they were saying we'll leave, and there was people saying I'm done, after
Yeah,
this book, I'm done, and it was great. All the jobs are now opening as well.
I
I
know.
was sharing out the submissions page and stuff to people, saying, "Come on, we can literally seize this company." But whatever, I gotta seize a dead company now instead.
they're worried.
70 years ago.
See, I think if anybody, I'm just trying to Brian Kriskow is such a great writer. If he was writing anything, again, look, first off, you'd have Comicsgate supporting him. And then second, if anybody that's just buying it because they buy stuff that Dynamite puts out and they don't follow any of it, they're going to get a good story. There's so many creators. I just think, man, they shot themselves in the foot.
And
Yeah.
DC demonstrated before that if you just put a gorilla on the cover, people will buy it in a comic book shop. So that book would have crushed it.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic cover, as they always are. All right, and that's not all. All right, so here's one I'm pretty interested in. I like this concept. Not Daredevil Origins issue 0, 30 plus pages. So this is sort of your supplemental book, is that right?
So one of the things I always study everyone's campaigns, and I have my own show where you can come on and show me a campaign. It's a great way for me to just look at all the campaigns and work out what's working and what's not working. One of the things that you see is that when people do a sequel to a book, they make more than the original in it because now they're selling the original and the sequel. So I just jumped ahead to the sequel. So I've made book 2, and and you can also buy book 0 as well. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So it's 2 books. I just waited till there was 2, instead of launching with 1.
Instead of going back, that must have been a ton of work to go back and produce that whole other issue. So good on you.
Well, this Origins one, this is based on the free web version that I made a year and a half ago, which is what got me into CG, and that's what got me in the door. Because I gave away 1,000 copies of it as PDFs.
That's awesome.
So now we've remastered it. Because I couldn't just come along and be like, remember that free comic I gave away a year and a half ago? Well, now you can buy it and it's only $12 or whatever. People had said no. So I had to come with a new book and then be like, oh, and you can also get the origin story behind it.
Love it. This page is hilarious. The funny thing too is this exists, it existed before. This kid riding a kangaroo. This is his origin, I guess. I don't know that much about this character. That's not Daredevil.
Yeah, all of the artwork, all the interior artwork is original. There's no nothing's been changed. There are a couple of joke photoshops on there, but they're obvious. You'll see them and you'll know that they're there on purpose. But it's almost all entirely the original work.
Right. You have to take a little bit of artistic license there. Makes sense. All right. So Not Daredevil Origins is a 30 plus page comic book telling the dark and twisted origin of the hero formerly known as Daredevil. Learn the history behind the character and its creators, as well as how this whole Not Daredevil concept was born. Ask questions like, why is it forbidden by law to use the original name of this character on the cover? That is a great question. And did Stan Lee just straight up rip off this character and steal a name? Spoiler alert, yes. That's hilarious. So we got a stretch goal here. This is what is this? No Indiegogo campaign would be complete without A cursory 6 a.m. comic sticker. I love that. When the campaign crosses over $2,500, all physical backers will receive this awesome sticker free of charge as well, with 3 free prints. Wow, that's a pretty good stretch goal.
With one of 3 prints.
Oh, 1 of 3. My bad. Yeah. Sorry. I'm going to promise you giving away extra things on this stream, apparently. Get a free sticker and print with every order. All right. So every order after, where are we at right now?
In dollars, I think it's over 1. I think we're probably about halfway to that sort of a number by now.
Look at that. We're growing. This is moving up. I love it. Fantastic. Let's see. We gotta get down here. We're almost at the end, actually. So these are the prints that you can choose from. Very cool.
That's the 4 books that are available, because there's the origin and then the 3 variants for issue 1, not gotcha. Daredevil versus the Ku Klux Klan, and then those are the 3 prints underneath.
Okay, very cool. Was this the print you were talking about then?
Yeah, that's the one Cameron was on about.
That's awesome.
I love that one.
I love the faces of terror under those hoods.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Here's the next one. Not Alex Ross. Don't get confused, everyone. Very cool. Oh, yeah, I dig that. That's so cool.
Oh, shit.
The Merry Boys crossover. I love Merry Boys. It's so good.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to do a video about it. I'll get to it, but yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, Merry Boys is for me the book of 2020. Like, it's my favorite book of the year, hands down. And
very clever.
Not just because he's my friend, like, and he's in the CG UK gang. Like, it's legit, like, that good. It's real good.
Yeah, he was one I was saying. I didn't know much about Carl. I knew he was out there. I knew Merry Boys was out there, and then he posted it. I don't know, response to Twitter thing. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna get it. It looks interesting, and it's just so creative. Like I don't know, he's an artist. I don't know how else to say it. Like there's another level. I've said this before on stream, so yeah, but it's great. So next stretch goal. Should the campaign surpass the totals raised on Kim? So you got to beat your last book here. Kim Il-sung and Best Korea. I will add backup stories featuring other characters from the Lev Gleason Public Domain Library to not both Daredevil versus the KKK and not Daredevil Origins, taking each book to 40 plus pages. Now we're talking.
Yeah, and so that'll carry on as well. Like, if we beat that, then you're like, oh god, I need to add another thing. Like, I'll be like, all right, here's another 6 pages. Basically following the Lost Pages model, and it, how they was like, right, we'll get another like $3,000 on this book. We'll add another 6 pages, new character. Do that.
That's fun.
And I'm so glad that Phil Diaz came out with that book first, so I could just point at his and say, like that, like what he did, like I'll do that. People understand.
He's already done all the hard work of like sharing the concept. There seems to be a theme here too. Let's let someone else do the hard work first. I don't know. Maybe
need trailblazers.
That's right. Yeah. I love that. You get a boomerang. Is that what happens here?
So this boomerang is made by this Caparticus, and there's only one of them in the world, and it and there's a whole video of him making it by hand. Well, making it by hand. He didn't even paint. He colored that boomerang in it from wood to that. Like, you don't have to watch the video; it's really long, but it is available up on the campaign if anyone wants to buy it. And it also got retweeted by Dynamite yesterday as well, like because that's one of the things that we're doing, like trying to provoke a bit of trouble in it. Like,
I love that. That's funny.
Did they know what they were retweeting?
No. So that's part of the joke. Like,
yeah, no, that's hilarious.
There is a thread that I've got, like, from a couple of months ago where Dynamite tagged in there and were replying and it like so I'm still trying to work out like what's the move. Like I need to land the move and it like I'm only gonna have one shot like at baiting that response out of them. Like so I need to work out what that is.
Yeah, that's so funny. I'd love to see like a Cecil cover or something. I don't know. There's so much like that you have to pick from, but I just think, yeah, the whole Dynamite saga was great. All right, and that's the end. So we got to look at these tiers. So I know everybody is watering at the mouth right now to know what the tiers are. This is the Fumble Bundle, in reference to Dynamite's Humble Bundle fiasco. I don't know what else to call it.
Yeah, and as you can see there, I'm giving gifts to protesters and to Antifa members and stuff, which is what they did with their Humble Bundle deals.
So you get everything here, basically.
Yeah, it's just everything, and I can guarantee you before the book ships, I'm gonna add more things to the campaign because I'm gonna try and like inflate the numbers as much as possible. So everyone who backs this is gonna get anything like that gets added before it gets shipped. Like
the ultimate tier. Yeah, you'll continue to add stuff to it. I love that. All right, so we have a throw a shrimp on the Barbie. Help a fellow with a bloody goodwill donation and chuck a couple of dollars. So this is just you get a warm fuzzy feeling if you want to pay some money. Like so many Kickstarter campaigns I've seen too. That's the way communists do things for sure. So the Not Daredevil Origins. This is the origin story.
Yeah,
very correct. Cool. Next we have the Not Daredevil #0 Origins Aussie variant, so it's just upside down.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So is the cover going to be upside down, or is it you're just going to ship the book in the box upside down?
The second one, and
that's the way to do it.
And you'll notice as well, it actually costs $1 more for me to do that.
I mean, you got to get paid for the work you're doing, I guess. So. That's hilarious. Make sure that when you get this, though, you got to open the box the correct way in order for it
to we need someone to like video that as they're opening it. I want to make sure I wasn't ripped off if I'm in Australia.
And that tier is only available to be shipped to Australia, like because obviously no one else would be able to read it, would they? So
oh, that's true. So I can't buy one to verify this because you have to be in it ships in Australia only.
We can ask Bancroft to do it.
You've sold one too, so you got your target market figured out. We have Not Daredevil versus the KKK. This is the book, like the main book, correct?
Yeah.
Very cool.
With the painted cover.
Love it, man. That's a cool cover. Next one, I love these backgrounds too. These thumbnails. It always adds to the desirability of getting these tiers. Let's see. So this is the variant cover that you get. We already looked over this. That's like the Savage Dragon one. Down here we have the lesbian vampire variant cover. Of course. Yeah, Michael Bancroft did back it, by the way. We confirmed it.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. I want to know then.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, though. If he backs it, does he have to back the one that's upside down? If he backs the normal one, does he get it right side up, even though he's in Australia?
I couldn't say this before, but now he said it, I can. He's the one who bought that one Australian variant. And so he'll be getting an upside down one.
All right.
So I
want to see a video.
I want to see a video. You open it and just verify that it is upside down. That's the people need to know. So you're still in the digital double. So you get both books digitally.
Yeah, and also, anyone who is on the mailing list, anyone who signed up to the mailing list before the campaign's surprise launch yesterday, gets the origin for free as a PDF anyway. So if you missed out on that, good. You should have been paying attention. And it, like while I was going, the free ones, can we get the free ones? Like,
yeah, you miss out if you don't get it. So we have Not Daredevil versus the KKK triples. This is one of each cover, which only makes sense. The Not Daredevil quadruple pack. All right, moving up the list here. Drawn in. Okay, so I recognize this is Yan right here, right?
That is correct, yeah.
Okay. You can be crudely photoshopped. You're not even drawn in. You're crudely photoshopped into the story. I love this. $68. That's it. I love that. I'm tempted. I'm gonna consider this.
It's so dumb, isn't it? Like
There's only one spot. There's only one spot for a face in there. I don't know. Something to consider. You get the mega pack here.
That's specifically the James Milne mega pack. Like, he's the guy who did the painted cover and that painted print. So people who back that will also get a sketch from him, like you know, of the not Daredevil character. So that's good. Get one of them if you like him.
Love it. So this is the one I've been curious about too. Not Sean Gordon Murphy tier. And I can already tell you now, yeah, if you'll pay to, I mean, if that plank of wood a man can charge for conversation, so can I. Famously, he's charging, I don't remember how much it was like $300 or something, I think.
It was definitely more than £100, which is what I've put at. I think it was like 250, 300, yeah.
Yeah. So this is a good deal, really. Okay. You can get the boomerang. Again, 0 of 1, one of a kind. And then there you can see the video too of it being made or drawn on, colored on, or painted, whatever, produced. You can see the video for that. You get the original painting. So this is, yeah, original cover work. Very cool.
Yeah. It's real nice.
Love it. The Not Mags Visaggio sci-fi tier. What is this? Purchase the rights to adapt Not Daredevil into a failed TV show on a B-list network, which gets canceled after 10 episodes.
The highest of tiers.
So, well, basically, I'll sell the TV rights if someone will pay for me to have a year off work, like, and just do this like as a job.
And you would make 10 episodes, and then it will be canceled.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Okay, then the last one is the Not Red Rooster tier. For $200,000, 200,000 pounds, even more here. Purchase the Walmart distribution rights and guaranteed to receive your copies of Not Daredevil before any of the actual backers. That's so funny. Savage but funny. I mean, you gotta do it. Very cool. So I'm going to post the link in the description here for Not Daredevil. Marvel can't be mad about this because it's not Daredevil. And they stole the name first, so it's only fair.
Yeah.
So we'll take a look at this. Everybody check it out and figure out what you need to back there. You know, let your heart decide. Let your heart guide you. Let's look at Hell Salad here. Camel Moon's Hell Salad. I think we talked about this before, but you're getting close to wrapping things up, it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully once we get to 50 grand, I'll kind of wrap it up. I want to give people plenty of chance, you know, because we introduced the Charlie Snogans cover, and I spelled his name wrong. I thought it was Snogan. I thought there was one S. I didn't know there was an S at the end. And I was like, well, it's not the Snogans' cover. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I messed it up. Sorry, Charlie. It'll be right on the book. But yeah, he did this amazing fucking cover, and I colored it. Because
you colored this?
Yeah,
that looks like I want to talk to you. You already know what I want to talk about, but
I know. I mean, I can bring it up real fast. Like, I remember when you guys started Fatal, I was like, hey, I'd love to color Charlie's stuff. And we spoke for a minute, and I was like, with Hail Salad going on, like, I had just started the campaign. So I was like, I don't really know if I'll have time, but I took it. I wanted to use this sort of as an opportunity to see if I could do the Charlie style, because I was like, I looked at a bunch of his stuff, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I can color Charlie's stuff, right? Because that's kind of like the eye that I have. And So I think that him and I have a good style together. You know, it's always hard to find a colorist for your inks and vice versa. So, yeah, I threw that together, and it's done pretty well. I mean, I was so good. It's the only time I've offered a virgin cover as well, and that sold 12. There's only going to be 20 of those. So if you all want that, get it as soon as possible because we sold 12 in about 3 days. And then, you know, after that, it'll be gone. And then there's the higher tier, which is the Snogans cover, and it comes with a metal. Well, it's not actual metal. It's just like a metallic print. It's in gold. And that's of a piece that I did. I think you could scroll down. You could see that piece.
Oh,
yeah,
sweet.
that one there. Yeah, I did that for Inktober actually, and it's the whole crew, and so I colored. That's my sort of Frank Miller style, and that'll be signed, and it says 9 by 12. I'm going to change that. It's probably going to be 10 by 6.5 or 10 by 7 because it has to fit within the Gemini mailer. But other than that, yeah, it'll look exactly the same. And it also comes with the sticker. It's a big oversized glitter sticker of Shane. It says "Man of Leisure," and he has a bucket on his head. And yeah, that's it there. Yeah. So that'll actually be the fourth oversized sticker. We offered a giant Hail Salad logo sticker that came out for the first day back in July, but it'll match the other 2 stickers you see there. And those are good for, whatever, your skateboard or your laptop or computer, whatever you want to put it on. And the other thing that's nice is you're like, oh, well, I've already bought the book. I don't know if I want to double dip. Well, the Charlie Snogans cover is actually a different version of the comic. So it's a prestige format. It's a nice cardstock hardcover. It'll have a spine, and it has 8 pages in the back of a gallery, and it's like all of the covers so far. It's there's 4, no, I think it's more. It might be 6 or 7 pages worth of pinup art done by Dax Martian, Narwell, Patrick Thomas Parnell. Freg is doing a pinup. There's a couple of pinups in there that I haven't even that I've done that I haven't put up yet. So you get a whole nice collection of artwork in the back from other CGers, who are also kind of part of Hail Salad in some way. It's honestly, it's comparably priced to the other book, so it's really not too much of expenditure if you feel like you want to get it again.
Yeah. Wow. I think with all those extras too. That's an extremely small print run too. 20 books.
Yeah, I mean that's what makes it exclusive. Like if you want it, that's literally the only time you're going to be able to get it. I'm not making 30 of them and selling Metacon. There's going to be 20. So
yeah.
And also, I think if you do get that, that's the kind of book you bring to a con and you have everyone sign. Right. I'll sign it, Charlie sign it. Maybe you can get EVS, Cecil, whoever. You'll probably never get Zach to sign it, but you get everyone else to sign it because you have all the space on there for it.
Yeah.
And and I think too, as a way to hopefully get us. I hope it's not too much of a slow crawl, but to get us to the 50,000 mark, I think it's a good additional book to have.
Yeah, kind of helps. I need a little bit more fuel, to get the campaign boosted. Yeah. Oh, very cool. So
go ahead. I'm sorry, my bad.
I never get sick of looking at Charlie's art. Every time I see something new, it's like, oh my gosh, like
I know.
I know what he's gonna like in Fatal. Like I know what he's drawing, but then I see it and it's like, what? How on earth do you do that? It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and right now the book says it's prestige format, 48 pages. That's considering that the book right now is only 32 pages. But if we get the 8 additional pages of art, should we meet the stretch goal, that'll be 8 pages added to this as well. So that'll be, whatever that turns out to, 56, 54, whatever that turns into.
Yeah,
nice.
56.
Yeah, but you can't print in 56. So I'll probably, can you? 48, 52, 56. Yeah, it would be 56. Okay.
It's in 4 or 8, depending on the printer that you're using.
Yeah.
Aleph, welcome to the channel. Appreciate you being here. we should talk politics sometime because it seems like that's how you grow a YouTube channel nowadays. I just need to lean it and just talk about politics. People are interested, but hopefully you're interested in comics too. And we do have a communist here. So, this is the place to be. Appreciate you dropping in. Man, that's awesome. Great campaign. So you want to hit that stretch goal at 50K. That's a important one.
Yeah. We have a couple of ways to do it. If there's one unsung hero, it sounds like Bane. Which one of you unsung heroes? But there's a $1,200 tier, and that has everything, every single thing, every tier we've offered since launch, and it comes with that print, in the actual piece of art, and that's signed by myself. It comes with all the shirts, all the stickers, the lunchbox. There's 14 standees, 7 different versions of the comic, the sticker book, 2 prints, 4 pages of mini stickers that go with the sticker book ash can. There's a whole lot of stuff in there, and I think, and then there's a head sketch in one of the issues. I think 4 of those 7 books have a hollow foil cover on them too. So it's a pretty sweet package to get all that stuff. And there's only one of them because I only have one of that piece of art there that you see. So if you want to own any Hail Salad history, this is literally the only piece of original art offered for the entirety of the campaign, the cartoon, anything. There's only one piece of original art for it.
Very cool. Nice. So it looks like a really good campaign. I love the new edition of the new book, and you're getting really close. So yeah, if you have not backed Hail Salad, check it out. It's parody night, I guess. I realized too with these 2 campaigns, but it's nice to see some comedy, some stuff that'll put a smile on your face. So I'm going to post the link in the chat here. And also, if you're watching after the fact, the links to these campaigns are in the description of the video. And I strongly suggest checking them out and back them. It helps independent creators make comic books. And like we looked at some of those numbers earlier, this is a big deal to be outselling. Like you're already outselling some of these books that we talked about coming from like Eric Larson or Gail, where this is outselling those books. And so I don't know, it's cool to be a part of this. So check it out for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
But I'm gonna go back here and refresh Not Daredevil. Let's see what happened. I look at that. It still is climbing. It's going up. Fantastic. 28 happy backers so far. The top selling Comicsgate book of 2021.
It's the top selling comic book on Indiegogo. Like even, full stop. Like it's just the best seller. Like when I had the idea, I was like, I have to do this, like, because no one's going to do it. I'm going to be able to claim all year that it was the best selling book of the year.
Yeah.
For a day.
I love it. And then Hail Salad, we got to refresh this too. I haven't looked, so we just pitched it. We'll let that one marinate for sure. But yeah, check it out. I'm looking to the
this too. Right. So I forgot to show everyone. This is what you'll get with that high tier.
So cool. That's the original.
Yeah. So, and it's 11 by 17. It's it's cardstock.
Yeah.
And it'll look nice framed or however you want to display it.
Nice.
Over your fireplace, in your fireplace, whatever is best.
That's awesome. We got a question here. Let's see. Hammer of Doom says, Sweetcast, we're getting your books translated into Spanish. That's a good question. I am not even sure how to go about doing that, but I'm open to it. So I don't know if you have suggestions maybe I'll talk to Peter about it. I don't know if he's done that before, but I imagine it's just getting someone that knows Spanish well, can translate it, and then have Eric change the lettering, right? And then reprint it. There's that little task too, I guess. But yeah, that's a good question. I have no immediate plans to, but I'm not opposed to it. Hope that answers your question. Let's see. I've neglected the chat a little bit. I'm just checking you guys out. Michael Bancroft says this is a big deal. Clint Stoker. That reminds. So everybody likes to make fun of how I pronounce things, and I do think it's regional. Because I was asking all these people I know what was the word? Everyone says I say it wrong. I'll think of it. I'm drawing a blank right now, but I made a list of the words that everybody teases me on, and I asked people around here to say those words and listen to me say them, and nobody had any problems. So I think it's a regional accent thing. And then we have another request to translate your books for Brazilian Portuguese. All right, I'll look into translation a little bit. I think that's I don't know. Again, I'm open to it. I just
one day in the future, like you'll just be able to put your glasses on, and they'll translate the book for you. And
I think they have stuff like kind of working on that. I know that there's like an app you can get. I don't know if it's on your phone or whatever, but like you can. People talk into it, and you push a button, and it translates it for you.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's a like text recognition, the thing is like there's the text that exists, so you could. I don't know if there'd be inaccuracies or something, but I don't know. Idea. That was it. I say idea. Will you guys say that word? How do you guys say it? Idea. Call me Mark.
I have got an excellent idea. Is how I would say it.
Okay. Go ahead. Camel Moon.
Yeah.
What do you have? Tell us. Say the word.
What word?
Idea. Is that exactly how I just said it?
Yeah, you said it fine.
Okay, I thought so too. Everyone always teases me for. I don't know.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres. I have a good hors d'oeuvres. I have bad hors d'oeuvres.
Idea. I don't think I've ever said idea in my whole life.
Idea. That sounds like how my grandmother says things. Yeah. Everything like ends with an R. Like there's no soda. There's soda.
Yeah. There's some weird idea. Is that idea?
It's like an IKEA, but
idea
for thoughts.
Idea. I'm overthinking it now. Anyway. All right. Well, thanks. What a great way to end a stream, guys. With ridiculous semantics by Clint Stoker. I appreciate you all for coming. I think we're going to wrap it up. Call me Mark. It's a pleasure to have you. This is the first time I've had you on my stream. I know I've streamed with you before, but we'll have to do it again sometime. It's a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. Thanks for letting me come and show your audience my goodies.
Appreciate having you here. Camel Moon, you're also a Wrenchy winner. That cannot be.
I know.
There's
so few of us. And not just a Wrenchy, but a first-time Wrenchy. Nominated once, won right away. I mean, there's not many people that can say that.
Right? Yeah. Congratulations, that's awesome, and congratulations on Hell Salad and this new Charlie Snogan's cover. I gotta say, you're the closest. We've tested out a lot of colorists, and some are fantastic, but trying to make it look exactly, or you know what I mean, close enough to Charlie is not easy to do. So,
well, it's funny. I didn't actually post initially that he colored or that I colored it, and people thought he did the whole thing. And I was like, I don't want to mislead people, so I was like, no, I colored it. Don't think he did the whole thing. So
I was surprised when you said that, but I mean, just because it's so, I can't even describe it, and that's been part of my problem is I'm trying to describe to colorists. It's like a kind of painty, like
it's very like
illustration.
I think there's a lot of colorists out there that are very house style. And, they're the kind of guys that'll do like a Spider-Man book or something like that. But it's like, no, he has honestly, when I color his stuff, I used to like kind of emulate Sam Keith a little bit back in the day with some colors. And I was like, that's kind of what I had to draw from a little bit. Cause it was like a very painterly, almost watercolor look to it.
Yeah. Really cool. Great job on the colors. It looks great. I wouldn't have known if you didn't tell me even. And I've looked very carefully at the colors, probably more so than anyone else but Charlie.
So
I've kind of had to. So I'm impressed.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thanks, guys, for coming to the stream, and we'll see you in the next video.
Good
Bye,
night.
everyone.